The story begins on a construction site where Levon Cade leads his team before they start their work. Levon has a tight relationship with the Garcia family, who own the construction company, and considers them his own family. During work, he sees several thugs harassing one of his men. After gently asking them to leave, the thugs continue to abuse the man, forcing Levon to throw a bucket of nails at them before beating them as well. More goons appear, but Levon defends himself and tells them to back off. When the young man asks how he did it, Levon simply advises him to return to work. Jenny, the Garcia's teenage daughter, witnessed everything but refuses to speak anything. All she begs is for Levon to have her back, which he promises. Levon is a single father to Meredith, known as Mary, who lives with her grandfather, Dr. Roth. Roth hates Levon because he believes he killed his daughter, Levon's wife, but Levon informs his lawyers that she committed suicide while they served overseas. The lawyers claim Roth has enough money to hire big-time lawyers to drain Levon dry and keep him away from Mary, but Levon has his own resources and is determined to fight for his daughter. Jenny goes to a club at night with her friends. They are being monitored by Viper and Artemis, a criminal duo hunting for a girl to sell to their customer. They find Jenny and catch her as she attempts to help one of her drunk friends. They place a glue trap over her mouth and take her away in a van. On Monday morning, Levon is greeted by Jenny's parents, Joe and Carla. They inform Levon that Jenny has been gone since Friday night and that they believe the police will not help them. Joe is aware that Levon is a former Green Beret with experience tracking down bad guys. Levon claims that part of his life is now over. He then travels to see his fellow former soldier, Gunny Lefferty, who was blinded during a mission and is grateful to Levon for saving his life. Levon and Gunny discuss Jenny's issue. Levon later returns to the Garcia home to meet with Joe, telling him that they are his family and promising that he will get Jenny back. Levon starts his investigation into Jenny's whereabouts by visiting the club she went to. He eventually tracks down one of the criminals, Johnny, a bartender at the club. Levon breaks into Johnny's apartment and asks him for information. Two of Johnny's friends arrive at the apartment and overhear Johnny calling for aid. Levon uses Johnny as a human shield while the two open fire, but he also kills them before grabbing the money. The three deaths are later discovered by high-ranking Bratva captain Wolo Kolisnik, who suspects that someone is targeting their organization. Levon later infiltrates Wolo's home after seeing him hit his wife in the face. Levon knocks Wolo out and binds him to a chair suspended from a rope above a pool, threatening to cut the rope if he becomes too loud. Levon interrogates Wolo over Jenny's location. Wolo curses in Russian, referring to Dimmy and how this is their responsibility. Levon cuts the rope, allowing Wolo to drown in his pool. Wolo is then discovered by his brother, Simon Karchenko, the organization's leader. Simon sends his sons Danya and Vanko to track down Levon. In order to locate Dimi, Levon meets with a local drug boss, Dutch, and pretends to be a dealer trying to sell his stuff. Dutch calls his men to deal with Levon, who quickly mops the floor with them before continuing to his business with Dutch. He recognizes Levon as a former soldier, and they build mutual respect. Dutch instructs Levon to meet with Artemis and Dougie to start their business. Artemis and Viper take Jenny to meet with their client, Mr. Broward. He prepares to rape her while she is asleep, but she wakes up and bites off a large portion of his cheek, which irritates him. Levon meets Dimmy through Dutch while still convincing them that he is a professional dealer. When Levon attempts to infiltrate their biker bar, Artemis discovers him on security cameras and sends the thugs to pursue him. Levon steals a bike and rides through the woods. After a brief chase, Levon collides with a police cruiser. Unfortunately, Sergeant Von Trask and Deputy Detweiler are in the criminal's payroll. Danya and Vanko show up to take Levon and pay the cops to leave. The brothers drag Levon into their van and attempt to tie him up and torment him for killing their uncle. Levon starts a fight with them, resulting in their being thrown around the van. During the battle for the pistol, the driver's brain is blown up before Levon shoots and murders Danya and Vanko. He escapes and pushes the van into the river. Simon subsequently discovers his son's bodies in the morgue and swears that their feud with Levon is now personal. The thugs attack Dr. Roth's residence after discovering who Levon truly is. Levon discovers that Roth did not show up to pick up Mary from school. He arrives at the school and instantly realizes that something is amiss. He rescues Mary and returns to the burning house. Levon saves Roth from the flames before firefighters and medics arrive. Roth blames Levon for the violence that follows him, but Mary points out that Levon saved his life. Levon then takes Mary to live with Gunny and his wife for safety reasons. Dimmy orders Artemis and Viper to assassinate Jenny because she attacked Broward, costing them business. Jenny manages to make the villain's automobile to crash in the woods, allowing her to cut her hand and feet free and run away. She runs till she sees a cop car, but the cops are Von Trask and Detweiler. They transport Jenny back to the Trafficker's compound, where Viper and Artemis prepare to do the job, but Broward calls and offers Jenny a second chance, but only if she remains dirty and awake. Simon visits Dimmy's nightclub with his trigger-happy henchman Carp, who joyously fires a gun into the bar, shocking the other guests. Simon rushes to tell Dimmy who Levon truly is, and that he is coming after him. After Simon leaves, Levon appears and shoots Dimmy in the hand, making him unable to use his gun. He then forces Dimmy to go with him and show him where the compound is. Dimmy leads Levon to the compound's location. He forces Dimmy out at gunpoint, and Dimmy claims that he knows what he's doing is bad, but someone else would do it if it weren't for him. Before entering the compound, Levon kicks him into a creek and shoots him. Just as Artemis and Viper bring Broward to see Jenny and ready to abuse her, Levon throws a grenade, shaking up the compound. Levon murders the Bratva goons, but Dutch and his biker gang come over to deal with him as well. After killing the rest of the bikers, Levon and Dutch engage in a knife duel. Levon kills Dutch but respects him. Levon recognizes Jenny's voice and finds her room. He shoots Broward dead and pursues Viper, while Jenny wraps her legs over Artemis's neck. Levon knocks the snot out of Viper and breaks his neck with his elbow, while Jenny squeezes Artemis's neck till it snaps. Levon frees her, but Carp and two other goons remain outside. Von Trask and Detweiler also arrive up, but Carp believes they are regular cops and shoots them before blowing them up in their cruiser. Levon uses his resources to eliminate Carp and the other goons before getting a motorcycle and fleeing with Jenny. Simon sees them go and calls his brother Yuri, who informs him that the devil got what he came for and to leave him alone because no one in the organization will aid him in his quest for vengeance. Simon decides to work alone and screams towards the sky in rage. Levon brings Jenny home, where she enjoys an emotional reunion with her entire family. Joe and Carla express heartfelt gratitude to Levon for saving her. He then returns to Gunny's home to visit Mary again. Gunny informs Levon that he has finally arrived home as he joins them for breakfast.